This is the self-titled podcast of the Golf in Japan website, where you can check essential information in English about golfing in Japan, including more than 2,000 courses. We can help you book your round and make the whole process a whole lot easier. So check out golf-in-japan.com and start planning your Japan golf trip today. Golf in Japan, March 5th, 2024. Welcome and yokoso. Today we have Damon. Hello, Damon.
Konnichiwa.
How are you?
Good.
And back, I won't say from the tailors. We have Pro Joe. How's it going, Pro Joe?
Very well. Nice to be back.
Okay, boys, I think a lot has happened in the world of golf over the weekend. And before we get into all of that, though, let's talk about our prefecture of the week. And this week, where is it?
It is Okayama prefecture.
Okayama.
Okayama.
We're still down in the south.
We are. So it's in the Chugoku region still.
Mm-hmm.
And it's referred to the land of sunshine.
Very
due
nice.
to its very mild climate and low rainfall.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously fantastic for golf.
Yep.
Famous for its fruits, especially grapes and peaches.
Nice.
Okay. And like most other prefectures in Japan, has quite a historical background. The Okayama Castle, or also known as the Crow Castle, which
Yep.
I've actually been to one time before, because of its black exterior.
Okay.
Yeah. Heavily damaged during World War II and been restored in about the mid-1960s.
Wow.
So yes, it's quite a
Great.
landmark. It also has one of the biggest bridges in Japan, the Seto Bridge, which connects the Honshu Island, which is the main island of Japan,
Yep.
with Shikoku. So very famous for all of those reasons, but also has 42 plus golf courses.
Whoa.
Wow.
One of which hosts the Mizuno Open.
Oh.
Yep, and that's at the JFE.
JFE.
Yep.
Yeah, I caddied there. I caddied there for Yuma Ono, who's a golf pro here. I've been teaching Yuma since he was about 13, and I did it in, it was about 2016, which was fourth stage, and might have been it was third stage, caddied for Yuma there. Interesting golf course. It's sort of very industrial, and it's like a links course in the middle of an industrial area.
Wow.
Beside a lake. Cool golf course, though.
It's funny you say it's industrial because isn't JFE a steel manufacturer?
Oh, I think you're right.
Japan F.E.
Anyway, this is another fun fact, and that I'd like your confirmation on.
Yep.
This tournament is also used as a pre-qualifier for the
British
Masters,
Open.
for the
British Open.
for the Open.
That is, you're right.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's that
yeah.
course. Yeah.
Yes,
It's all fescue and everything.
Yeah, well, there's virtually no trees on the golf course.
That's right, yeah.
Really, really windy. It's
Yeah.
a links golf course in the middle of nowhere.
So I think this year they had 4 qualifiers.
Yeah, four spots. The RNA come down to that tournament every year and present the leading 4 players to get into the Open.
Do you reckon they picked that course because it looks like Royal Liverpool or something? It does look like an English golf course. Like they let it go brown. It's quick, windy.
It's also, I think they've got a great relationship. The RNA and Mizuno have got some sort of relationship.
Ooh.
And that's why they do it. But it might be also that golf course too. It usually produces really good winners. It's a tough golf course.
Well,
So
Okay.
yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Wasn't one of our top 5 search golf courses on Golf in Japan. But other great courses there: Okayama Country Club, Kinojo Golf Club, Tamano Golf Club, Yunogo Ishibashi Golf Club, and Okayama Kinryo Country Club. They are the top 5 searched.
Very nice.
And you can go onto the Golf in Japan website to check all of those out. A couple of other golf courses to mention would be the Great Okayama Golf Club and the Okayama Kuko Golf Club, which is obviously Kuko once again, means airport in Japanese. So right next to the, I mean, obviously you've caddied there, but has anyone else played down there?
Nope.
I don't think I've played there. I have a feeling I have played there as well.
Yeah.
I should remember. But I caddied for, I thought it was probably 6 rounds, a couple of practice rounds, and then 4 rounds in the tournament. And Ewan actually got through. He shot, I think that was third stage. He got through third stage into fourth. Yeah, but I can't remember if I've played it. But JF, good golf course.
Yep. I mean, for Golf in Japan, we actually have a lot of tourists. They stay on the Shikoku Island down there and then get the ferry or whatever across and book golf courses in Okayama.
Oh, yeah.
So quite a popular place for tourists.
It's considering all the other, prefectures in the surrounding areas, they don't have as many golf courses. And I think, because I'm just looking at pictures of it here, it seems like it's mountains in the background and a huge, big, flat kind of area right next to the Sea of Japan. And
Yeah.
so they're just packing them in there.
Yep.
So it must be a good place.
Next to the Sea of Japan, did you say?
The Sea of Japan?
Which is on the west coast.
Sorry, what? The Inland Seto Sea? Is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's not the Japan Sea.
It's not the Japan
I'll
Sea.
stay out of this. My geography's terrible.
I'll delete this anyway. So moving on.
Please.
I have just some insights. So in 2019, this data I'm looking at is from 2019. We actually went to Morocco. Golf in Japan goes to Morocco, and we were promoting Japan there at this thing called the IGTM, which is where all the tour operators get together, and then they get to see destinations. And we were there with the Japan booths, and it was a good event. And then there was, they gathered all this data, and I was just the reports. Just I accidentally found it, so I was reading it. And some of it is pretty cool. And I had a few interests. This is now from 2019, but this is how people were regarding Japan or thinking about it. So in terms of attractions in Japan, how would you rank it? And I'll give you the first one because it's a no-brainer. Food and drink. It's the first attraction for Japan. So what do you think is after that?
Well, I would say culture.
Yeah, it is culture. Correct. It's actually experiencing Japanese local
Japanese
culture.
culture. Yeah. Yep.
Dan?
Is cherry blossoms part of that?
Cherry blossoms are part of it, but they're not the next one.
Okay. Sorry, Damon.
No. I was going to say cherry blossoms too. Actually.
Okay.
Historical sightseeing.
Historical sites. Doesn't that come into culture?
I thought that was cultural.
Partly no.
Okay.
Yep.
Experiencing local culture is the second one, and then the third one is sightseeing.
Sightseeing. Well,
Historical culture.
Yep.
Where's Mount Fuji fit into this?
It's coming.
Okay.
Bullet train.
Yeah, bullet train.
Doesn't get a look in.
Tokyo Tower.
Nope.
Skytree.
Meiji Shrine.
Well, these are sightseeing spots. You're going off
Harajuku Girls.
just as a top level thing. So next one is shopping. People
Yep.
come to Japan to do shopping.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. The next one is bathe in a hot spring, so onsen.
Okay.
Then it's medical treatment. So this would be an
So they
Asian
come
thing.
to Japan for medical treatment? That's
Correct.
what you're saying?
So I don't think it's so much people from Australia or Europe.
Yeah.
It's more like Asian people coming from China, and they have good dentists here, I suppose, and it's a little bit more legitimate if you need some serious work done, so they get that done while they're here.
Okay.
Right. So it wouldn't be for the plastic surgery. So that's mostly outbound to Korea.
Korea.
Yeah, I don't think nobody can touch Korea for that.
Mm.
Absolutely.
But Joe, your nose looks really good.
If anyone has ever actually seen me, I've got a terrible nose. It goes a bit sideways and
Look around corners.
yeah.
And other sports related, attractions. It's 28th on the list. This is 29. Yep.
Sporting. So when I think sport, sumo,
Yeah.
obviously golf,
Baseball.
baseball
Formula One.
at Tokyo Dome. I
So
think
baseball
it's
is actually the
amazing.
most popular sport in Japan.
Oh, is it?
That's
Number
right.
one?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was running.
No, I heard that it's been recently replaced by soccer.
Oh, has it? I
Sad.
didn't know that.
How do you gauge? Is it by professional teams or is it by people who actually play the game? Because I
Maybe
definitely
it's
say soccer.
participation.
Soccer would.
I would have thought it'd be
Would be
from
better, I think.
spectator engagement.
Not sure.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
interesting.
Another fun fact question. This is about long haul. So people coming from Europe, basically coming to Japan and what they think of Japan and what they want to offer their tour operators want to offer their clients. Overwhelmingly, Mount Fuji and golf number one.
Yeah.
Challenging courses number two. Trophy hunters. What's a trophy hunter? Top 100 in the world kind of thing. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
what it is,
sorry,
isn't
you're
it?
talking about golf courses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's Kawana,
Kawana, Hirono.
Hirono, Tokyo Golf Club. Yep.
Yeah, and then I guess the next one is very related to that. A particular course designer. So if you're into Nicholas or whatever, so people want that.
Oh yeah.
And then it's resort golf. So that's what people want,
Yeah.
which is like stay on the course, which Japan doesn't have a lot of, but it is very popular when you do find it.
Yeah, I mean,
So if you stay on a golf course, do you want to, like in a resort, do you want to keep playing the same golf course every day? Or do you want to stay at the resort and play their golf course, then travel out to other golf courses?
Yeah, we've got 2 golf courses at a resort, Karizawa. We call a resort, so we've got 36 holes there. But people will go up there for 3 or 4 days and play our golf courses, but then travel around Karizawa and play. Maybe have a day off, but play another one down closer to Karizawa Station. So
down near the Prince.
Golf correct down there. Yeah, I think
Prince
Kawana
72 or something.
Yeah, Kawana's got 2 golf courses, but I don't think there's any other great golf courses. Maybe in that you can tell me otherwise.
There is actually.
Is there?
The Daiatami Kokusai.
That's
a great one.
That is a good one, yeah.
So maybe you stay there and play the 2 golf courses there, or stay 2 nights and play the one Damon just suggested.
Yep.
Here's one for you. This is a nationality grouping, right? So this is a kind of, in general, the types of people who come here. So for US, they're interested in the non-golfing activities as much as the golf itself. These are people who are coming here on golf holidays. Australian trophy hunters want to play 6 rounds in 5 days. Is that right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, the Aussies. I mean, I facilitate trips like that all the time for our
just go,
reciprocals.
go.
It's go. I can't believe how much golf they play. It's 8 rounds of golf in 9 days. And I always suggest, boys, have a couple of and ladies, have a couple of days off in between. No, we're here for golf, and
that's a lot of golf.
It's long days too.
Check this one out. Asian golfers, I guess this is kind of, mostly probably I'd say
Singaporeans and the people from Hong Kong.
Trophy hunters, and they want to play the top ranked courses in Japan.
They do.
The best courses in Japan. Europeans, usually retired couples, and they want relaxed and slow paced.
Okay.
Is that true? I'm from Europe, kind of.
Yep.
Yeah. And then UK people, resort golf, alcohol.
well, that sounds like you.
You can't put me in with the UK. I suppose you could.
So is that like resort golf, just playing the 19th or?
No, you get up late tea time. You play 18 holes and then you go for a few pints and you do it the next day. Same thing.
So there's very few golf courses that actually allow you to do that. Like start 12 o'clock onwards for 18 holes.
Yeah.
That's
very
true,
few.
Actually.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah.
Okay.
Well, good information.
Yeah, there's loads of other things. It goes on and on and on. But I think one of the cool things I'd like to do is do this for our users and see where we kind of land on
that would be interesting.
It's pretty insightful.
And these stats are from when?
2019.
Okay, it'd be interesting to see how things have changed.
Do you want to know how much they spend on average on a golf holiday?
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Let me guess. Per person, right? So I would have thought a golf holiday, 250,000 in.
It's in dollars. Sorry, we have to go into dollars.
1,800.
Okay, so the number one category, and this was 34%, is between $5,000 and $7,000.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
US.
Number 2 is between $7,000 and $9,000. Number 3.
Not even close.
Number 3 is under 5,000. Number 4 is more than 11,000.
Wow, people are spending a lot of money then.
Yeah,
when they 14%.
So there you go. Want to sneeze?
Gee. Bless you.
And that's 2019. So you could almost put on.
You have to don't edit that out. So this is something really unusual with Kieran. Is he actually can sneeze 5, 6, maybe 7 times in a row.
So
into his armpit.
I've got something. I was into my arm. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's Kafun show season, people.
That's
it
right.
Is too.
Yeah. Hay fever.
Hay fever has just kicked off in Japan, and it sucks.
Yeah.
There you go.
So those prices, 2019, add another 20-30% to that.
Yeah, true.
If not more.
Yeah, more.
Wow.
Especially with the exchange rate.
Yep.
Oh no, opposite.
Yeah, I mean it'd be much more now. So
it would be much more.
No, it wouldn't.
People paying over $11,000 back then, they'd be.
No, it'd be opposite.
It's less. It's
less.
It'd be opposite. Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
Because it's cheap. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Very good.
Okay. Shall we go on to tour stuff?
Wow, what a week.
What a week in golf. I'm going to fly through the first few.
Let's just
because
talk
I'd like
about
to talk
AK.
a little bit about Anthony Kim at Live. So
start with AK.
But I'll give some. I'll give some highlights from the other tours. So we'll start off with the HSBC Women's at Sentosa on the Tanjong course. Aussie, Hannah Green won. She birdied the last 3 holes to win by a shot over Céline Boutier, French lady. I watched it and it was good. I played a lot around Tanjong over the years, although it's a different routing these days, but still a good golf course. The Japanese ladies were there in force. They did really well. Yuna Nishimura and Nasa Hateoka both finished tied 3 at 9 under. Ayaka Furue finished tied 8th at 7 under. And Yuka Saso finished 17th at 5 under. So really good finish. They all made the cut. They all made a few bucks, so it was good to see, but nice to see an Aussie win. She's a good player, Hannah Green. A little bit understated, but she's a winner.
Well done.
Can I ask you a question? When is the tournament that they come to Japan? Is that the Toto?
Yeah, the Toto. We host the Toto at Minori.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's, I should know this. It's later in the year.
That's right. It's in October. It's around the
Correct.
same
It is in
time.
October.
Is it
yeah.
just after the Zozo, right?
No, it's before.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all the best ladies from the US come over and play against the best ladies in Japan. And it's a terrific tournament. We get a really good turnout. All the guys and girls get out there and follow there's a lot more people going to watch the ladies golf here than the men's. It's really interesting.
What do you think that is?
I think we talked about it a couple of podcasts ago. I think it's just it's a great product. It really is. The girls look great, play well, friendly to the patrons or people following them around.
Yeah, that's right.
Smile, do all the right things, sign autographs. Yeah. If I was a sponsor and I was going to put my name on somebody's shirt sleeve or hat, I'd probably put it on a lady.
Yeah.
More eyeballs as well. I mean, there's more people watching, so why wouldn't you? Not to say that the men are terrible, because they're not, and it's a great product they have here as well. But for the ladies, it's really popular. So get down to the Toto Classic at Tahao Minori this year.
We've played that course. It's a nice course.
Yeah,
It's a nice golf course. Yeah, we had the BMW there. That was 2016, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good track. So
I'm sure Joe can sort us out with some tickets.
Of course, everybody, you're welcome. Welcome to play. Let's move along. The men's DP Tour, which we really haven't covered the last few weeks. The DP World Tour it's the South African swing. It's called the SDC Championships at St. Francis Links. Guys, I did not watch 1 minute. I was trying to watch the PGA Tour and live, but I looked at some highlights on YouTube, and America's Jordan Gumberg beat Robin Williams on the second hole of a playoff. They both finished at 12 under, so well done to young Jordan. The only Japanese player in the field was Hoshino, the Globetrotter. There he is again. Finished tied 21 at 1 under. And really, for me, the DP World Tour is it's sort of forgotten at the moment, isn't it? I used to follow it quite a lot, but I think so much going on with PGA Tour and Live, and obviously the ladies tours I've been following as well. I really haven't followed the DP World Tour. It just hasn't got a lot of star power, unfortunately, for them. So although they are coming in April to Gatemba to play our Tahao Gatemba golf course, so it's the ISPS Honda. In late April, they come into play. So if anybody's in town and like to come and watch all the good European players, reach out.
You're heavily involved in that, aren't you? Getting it ready
yeah, a little bit involved in that. Yeah, more at the Asian Ama at the end of the year, but hopefully it'll be a good event. Guys, US Tour. Did you watch any of that? The Cognizant
Shane
Classic
Larry.
in Palm Beaches, which is maybe the longest.
It's the Honda
name. It's the Honda. It used to be the Honda, so it's changed name. Yep. Which is in Florida. As you said, it used to be the site for the Honda Classic for many years. Austin Eckgroat won by 3 shots from Eric Van Rooyen and Aussie Minwoo Lee. Minji Lee's little brother.
I mean, he's probably the only one in the top 10 of the names I actually recognised.
Yeah.
Shane Larry.
Yeah, he was
in the top
up there
10?
for a while, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Then the wheels popped off to get a 2 over in the last round.
Did he? Yeah.
That's
So
good.
Austin, he's a good player, Eckgroat. I mean, it's not surprising that he's come up and won. Van Rooyen. Do you know Van Rooyen? He's a good player. He's a South African, tall South African. He wears his sister's joggers.
I was going to say, he has tight trousers in his sister's joggers.
Yeah. If he passed wind, his shoes would blow off. Yeah, really, really tight at the bottom. But 2 really quite average PGA Tour events in a row in terms of star power. I mean, I know Rory was there as a couple of other players. Rory had a triple was on the 3rd round to sort of fall out of contention, but it's 2 events in a row that haven't been fantastic. But Minwoo Lee was good for once again some an Aussie to be playing well. He's a good player. I want to watch in the majors this year too.
Yep.
Hey, have you heard of an NBC analyst by the name of Paul Azinger?
Yeah.
Zinger.
Yeah, Zinger. The Zinger.
Zinger. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
he's got a bit of a beef with the PGA Tour.
Hasn't he?
CBS.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he got the flick.
Oh, okay. Well, he's just come out and said, that looks like the PGA is now more like the qualifying for the Live.
Oh, yeah.
It's a feeder tour now.
Yeah, it is like a, yeah.
It's, if someone does well in the PGA Tour, they can expect an offer from Mr. Norman.
Yeah, I think if you compare the Live event this week and PGA Tour, the Live's definitely got more stars. It falls away pretty quickly, but there's definitely. I mean, you had Rory and Lowry and a few others Billy Horschel and some others playing in the event, but they didn't finish particularly well. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing.
Why
but
did Zinger get the flick?
Pass.
Look, I don't know. I did read about it, but I'm not quite sure. I think he's maybe past his use-by date. They get on and looking for someone a little bit younger. I think the South African won the Masters in 2008. What's his name?
Oh, Trevor Immelman.
Trevor Immelman, well done. Yeah, he's there, and there's a couple of other guys there. Smiley Kaufman's an ex-tour player that they've got. He's doing some roaming on the golf course, doing some commentating, who's quite good. So I think they're trying to get some younger people to try and come through, which I think is good because Faldo's gone, Azinger's gone, Johnny Miller went a few years ago, so trying to freshen it up a little bit. I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah. But I think Azinger was right. I think what Damon said, I think he's a little bit, he's on the ball there.
Okay, so I watched before you go on.
Go ahead.
To live. What did you think of what do you think of the actual coverage? The way they were doing it, like the on course, the guys in the studio. It seemed like a bit amateurish to me.
Which one?
The live.
Oh,
Jeddah.
I think live are all over the shop.
Mate, there was like they were because I mean it is a live broadcast and it's on YouTube and stuff. But they were going between like just as remember we actually just finished recording a podcast and we went in, started watching it. And it was like, like they're flicking to the boys in the studio and they're just standing there and they don't know that they're on air and stuff. There's lots of that going on.
Yeah, and they throw it out to Suanne, who's on the golf course, and she doesn't answer. She's on a different hole or talking to one of the players.
I just seen John Ram and he was muttering something.
Yeah.
And I can't say what he said.
Right.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. It's a little bit amateur hour. I think they're still getting their stuff together. But yeah, not particularly great, but a really interesting week, don't you think? So I'll just give you a little bit of an idea of what went on if you didn't watch it. So was it in Saudi Arabia at the Royal Greens Golf and Country Club? Joaquin Niemann, who's a great player, he's won.
Yeah, wins again.
Yeah, wins again. He's the one that got the invite to Augusta at 17 under. So he won it by 4 in the end from Louis Oosthuizen and Charles Schwartzel, the South Africans at 13 under. Of course, the story of the week is Anthony Kim, who finished unfortunately dead last at plus 16 over. But I think that was sort of expected, and I was 100% invested.
Was it really expected? I kind of feel like a lot of people were thinking, "Oh, mate, this guy's going to come towards the top," but didn't really think about he's been out of the game for over 10 years.
Yeah, no, that was.
Well, I was actually very hopeful. He striped his first one.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, there we go!" And then he was par 5, and he's looking at a 3-iron to the green, and he knifed it.
Yep.
Yeah, we hit it. I think he hit a hosel rocket. I think he shanked it.
He shanked it.
I think he shanked his second, and then they're showing his fourth shot from 100 yards. I'm thinking, what happened to his second?
Yeah,
and he hit a couple of shanks on the first day and finished. So he 6 over, 6 over.
That could be nerves, though. I think.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
And considering, well, there was nobody watching, really.
No,
there was nobody out there.
There was nobody out there.
That was pointed. I mean, I think he started at this tournament because there was nobody watching. Imagine if he's in the US and he starts in a tournament where everybody's watching.
Or Australia.
Correct. I mean, imagine the pressure would be under there. So it's probably a smart move that he's gone out there and
probably killed someone.
So that's the other thing. I mean, he shot 16 over. He chipped, putted, bunkered. Short game was really good. But he hit it sideways off the tee. And he hit some pretty skanky iron shots. And I'm a fan. I really am. I'm not here to sort of get stuck into him, but it wasn't good. And it was lucky that the golf course is set up the way it is because it's waste areas left and right. So those sideways tee shots, he could actually play his next shot somewhere up near the green. But if it's a tree line golf course, he's had an 85 for 3 rounds.
So who was the closest to him score-wise?
I think Bubba was down there, and I don't know. +5. Okay, so 11 shots.
Jeez, that's quite a lot. It was Hudson Swarford.
Yeah, okay. Who's a good player?
And right in front of him, good old Ian
Poulter.
Poulter.
Yeah, yeah, he's just turned up for the check, I think.
Yep.
But look, I think like I said earlier, I was really invested in watching it. I really was. I was very interested to see how he would perform. And at the end of the round, on the last day, he did a quick interview, and I was actually a little bit sad to see his demise.
Well, I think he'll get better.
Look,
I think he said that in his post when he's like, I just played like ass, so I'm kind of glad I got it over with. It's going to get better. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, look, I hope so.
Well, he kind of said that he by the end of the season, he's going to be up towards the top. That's what he said, no?
I hope he thinks that way, but I would think otherwise.
Yeah,
you can't expect to do that after 10 years, surely.
Yeah,
I mean, these guys that are at the top now are playing week on, you know,
Correct.
all the time,
Yeah.
training,
He's
practicing, everything.
played in. I mean, he's completely off the grid for 12 years. Completely, nobody knows what he was doing. I mean, if you look at him now, I think you can sort of see what he's been doing. I mean, he's
Having a
party
good time.
town, for 12 years. I mean, if you look at the state that he's unfortunate that his nose is in.
What are you saying?
So
Were
I
you saying he
mean,
was cage
snorting cocaine is like sandblasting your nose. I mean,
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Just have a close look at him. I don't want to,
He's got to,
maybe not.
You don't want to spread rumors now that's on the podcast.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that he's substance abuse issues. But I think, at the end of it, it was a little bit more than. Look, I hope his handlers are doing it for the right reason and Liv's doing it for the right reason, because I don't think Anthony's. Maybe I don't know. He just doesn't see particularly well. It's a little bit more than just a golf thing. It's sort of more of a human thing.
There's a human storyline in there that if he can, even get into the top 10 in, like, say, the next, how many events has he got? 12. To get into the top 10 in the next 12, that would be such an achievement. I mean, it's almost like plucking like just anybody off the street. And just say, like,
it is a little bit.
Put them into
It'd make a great story. I hope he does it.
I hope he does as well. But if it doesn't work out, I hope he gets all the money and then he nicks off after a year and lives happily ever after with his little girl and his wife.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think he's had a hard road. I mean, 12 years ago, he said he had a sore wrist and an Achilles problem, and allegedly he took the money from the insurance company, took the 10 million, and off he went. But I think there's a much bigger story to this, and I hope
he's kind of indicated that there is a bigger story behind it,
there's no doubt
and he
that
wants
there's a
to
bigger
tell
story.
it.
Yeah.
But he's just not ready to.
he's not ready, and I'm looking forward to it, and I just hope he's okay.
Yep.
Don't you always tell the story when you've come out the other side? So he hasn't come out the other side yet. So when he wins, or if he gets top 10, or there's a really good storyline, be like, well, I've just come through hell, and this is what happened.
Yeah, I think he has been hell in hell for 12 years. I really do, just by the look of him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I hope he
could
does
be
well.
mental health. Could be all sorts of stuff.
I think it is. That's the big picture. I think it's mental health. Yeah, I really do.
Come on, AK, you can do
Come
it.
on, AK. I'm a fan.
Yep. Totally.
Was and still am. Yeah. So
So where's the next live event?
Hong Kong.
Yep.
Which I played there, Hong Kong Golf Club. They've got, I think it's 36, or maybe there's a few more holes than 36, but they do a composite course. And I played one of the golf courses, and it's tree lined.
You were just there only a couple of weeks ago.
Only a few weeks ago I played there. So where they play the Hong Kong Open every year.
Meeting with Greg.
meeting with Greg. What a lovely place it is. It's a very Hong Kong Golf Club.
Yeah.
It's really, really special place.
Nice.
But tree lined, so not overly long, a little bit sort of traditional golf course. So he might be able to keep it. If he keeps it on the planet, it'll be okay. But if he hits it, his driver like he did in Saudi Arabia, he's going to have a lot of trouble. So compelling viewing.
Have you looked at the long term schedule for Live? Where it looks like a F1 calendar.
Right.
All the countries they're going to, visiting.
Oh, yeah.
It's really different from like the PGA Tour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When are they? Australia's the big one, though, isn't it? Where everyone.
Yeah, they're in Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Yeah, down in Adelaide. A star for golf, for big names, and they had a great party down there last time. So
Yeah.
they're looking forward to going back.
I think that's really good going to all these different countries because you're experiencing all different types of golf courses, different grass, everything.
Yeah.
It's called the European Tour.
I do too. Yeah, yeah.
It's like you're playing in Ireland one week, and then you go down to South Africa.
Yeah.
I mean that's a different kettle of fish altogether.
Yeah.
And then you're in Spain and in the Alps and all sorts. So
No, you're right. It really is a world tour, isn't it? Yeah. Whereas the US tour is obviously really centered in the US and Europe.
Very much
but the
so.
Live is a world tour, which is what Norman wanted originally. In the early 90s, he went to the PGA Tour. He wanted to start up this worldwide tour, and he got poo-hooed. He got knocked back.
So maybe that's how how Tiger's going to fit the two tours together. Is the international portion of it will be the kind of Live events, and then then it'll be centered around the bigger PGA Tour events, and everybody's going to be allowed to play in everything.
Yeah,
I don't see how they can combine all of that together into one season. There'll be too many events.
You're gonna get events in the States cut for sure, and maybe one or two even cut off the Live roster as well.
Yeah, look, I hope they get something together. I really do, because right at the moment you've got all the best players split, and the best players are not playing against the other best players, and I don't think it's as a golf professional product. I don't think it's as good as it.
It's going to happen, though.
I think it has to happen.
It's like COVID. We'll look back in 2 years going, I remember that time there was like 2 different tours.
Yep.
Or 3 different tours.
So I'd like to see them all come together.
Cool. Here, hang on. Didn't a Japanese lad win New Zealand?
huge week for Japanese golfers.
It is too. I did see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was wearing like a cape made of feathers.
Yep.
See that one?
Yeah, I did.
Hataji Takehiro.
Hataji.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Yeah.
Hataji.
Hatachi.
Hataji.
Yeah.
Hataji.
Hataji.
I
Yeah,
met-
I don't think
Takehiro.
I've ever heard of him.
I met Hataji. He's one of Yuma's friends. He was at Q School about in 2016. Big, tall, good-looking kid. Hits the ball a long way. He's still only relatively new on the tour. He's had a few good finishes, but I think this is his first pro event. And,
Wow.
Yeah. The New Zealand Open.
and he went down there and won it.
Yeah, down at the Millbrook.
Yep.
I've played there.
So the Japanese,
great
it's
track.
really strong Japanese contingency go down there every year and play in that. If you go down
Amazing.
the list, lots of Japanese
So that's
names.
part of the Asian tour, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
So he was playing against Schoolwise, another player called Scott
Scott Hend, who's a Phoenix, who wears Phoenix shirts
Oh,
or
wow,
Phoenix
okay.
gear.
Yep,
He's sort of their
nice.
their main man.
And so if he had won, he would have been the oldest person in
he's in his-
Asian tour history to win.
Yeah,
He's 50.
And he's 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's been a good player
Yeah,
for a
and
long time.
Hataji is 30.
Yeah, I saw that he missed a 5 foot on the last to miss the playoff, Scott Hend, which is disappointing.
Wow.
But nice to see the young Japanese guy get up for a
Yeah,
win.
that's important.
good.
Good on him.
Yeah.
And then the JLPGA,
Oh, it was on.
that was on.
I only followed the HSBC.
Yep, that was on down in Okinawa and won by Chisato Iwai.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, down
Well
at the
done, Iwai-san.
Ryukyu, Okinawa.
EY, is that one of the twins? There's
I
two
don't know.
twins that they came like second and third on the tour last year.
Oh, did they?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yep.
It rings
the
a bell.
ladies' tour has
Let me check
started.
that.
So
Yeah.
I guess the men's will be starting soon too. I'll have to get on the JGTO website and see when they're starting because we're
Well,
going to.
that
report
tournament
on
was the Daikin Orchard Ladies Golf.
Okay. Very good, Damon. Thank you. I
pleasure.
missed that one.
Yeah.
Very good.
EY twins, I was right.
Yep.
White twins.
EY twins, they're like one is short hair, one is long hair, but they're both like golf machines.
Okay.
Yep.
I think they came second and third respectively on the money list for
Wow.
JLPGA. Yep. Okay, so golf. What are we doing? You playing any golf this week? Next week?
Next week, 2 rounds
Yeah.
booked in.
Ooh, where you going?
On Monday, going to Kanagawa Country,
Nice.
and Tuesday going to Tsuchigoka.
Is there? I said I'm not going to talk about the weather, but isn't snow forecast?
This week. Next week,
is it?
no. Next week looks pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Looks like this will be the last part of winter this week.
Yeah, there's a little snowstorm blowing through. They're saying 8 centimeters in Tokyo.
No, really?
Oh God,
Bloody hell.
that's next week.
This
So I've
week.
got- this week.
Yeah.
Thursday or something.
Jeepers. Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, actually, next week will be the first. I've got two rounds out in the golf course. I've got an on-course lesson at our Yachio course, and then Wednesday I've got a game at, I think it's a Narita, Taheo Narita. So 2 games in the 1 week. Although one of the rounds, the on-course lesson, I probably won't play all that much, but I'm looking forward to getting out there for the first time this year in Japan.
Is it worth getting an on-course lesson?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and just a real life situation? And are you stopping them? Are they keeping their score, or are you just throwing balls down and saying, "Mate, hit that again. That was rubbish."
Look, it really depends on where you're playing in the field. I try and get people to play at the end of the field so you can drop a few balls around the green and hit certain shots. But if you're stuck in the middle of the field, you got to be a little bit careful with that. Yeah, I like people to keep a score. It also depends on what level they're at. But there's lots of stuff I can teach people on the golf course, of course, course management, but playing from different lies, uphill, downhill, expectations from certain positions under trees and things like that. How wind affects golf balls, playing the right club. There's lots of information I can show people out in the golf course. It really opens up people's eyes, especially playing off different lies, because you're always practicing off flat lies. And the first thing people to get onto the golf course is the tee box is, of course, flat. But from that point onwards, there's always a little bit of slope. Some of the golf courses are really slopey around here.
Yeah.
Ball above, below, expectations, what the ball is going to do, all that sort of thing.
I think that'd be good as a companion golf as well.
Absolutely.
Of course, people are more than welcome to book in with Damon and Kieran, and if you're interested in having an on-course lesson and a chaperone at the same time, I'm certainly happy to accommodate people.
Fantastic. And
Sounds good.
if you want to know what premium alcohol to drink while playing golf, I'm your man. What about you, Damon? Damon talks about cars, Formula One.
Actually, I want to talk about that at some stage, Damon's background too, and Kieran, your background, because both of them, from my perspective, have got really, really interesting backgrounds. I know people love golf and we're all golfers, so people might be interested in hearing what I've got to say, but I want to hear about you guys because I think the viewers would think it's compelling. Really, really interesting backgrounds, both of you. So I think at some stage in the future we should do an interview because I think it'd be interesting.
See the way I sidestep my career journey. On Friday, we're going to go to the Tokyo Golf Fair.
That's true.
Yeah, it's in Yokohama.
Yep, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And we're thinking, so we're going to go around and obviously check out everything, take loads of pictures and stuff, but then we'll probably do a kind of reaction podcast as well. So we'll break out all the mics and we'll see what we think of, what's going on and try and put it out quickly. So we'll be there with the media on Friday.
Excellent.
So if people are in town, hopefully they can check it out on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, go down. It's a great event.
No, I think it's going to be well attended now because after COVID and everything, people are getting back into it.
Yeah, and it's easy to get to as well. If
Yeah,
you're
it
in
is.
Tokyo, it's
Yokohama.
It's
It's the Pacifico Yokohama. So I think it's the
Get off at Minato Mirai.
Minato Mirai. That's it. Which is a straight run through Yokohama Station from say Tokyo.
Yeah, and there's plenty of signage around.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's easy to find.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, for anyone who's in town, like I said, get down there and have a look. It's really, really cool. Very different from the PGA. Much smaller than the one in the US, which it's not copies, but similar to.
Yeah.
But all the Japanese products and
that's the interesting thing
really
about it because of course we love Titleist and all the big OEMs are there, but you see a lot of small Japanese brands who are just bringing out shafts or
training aids. Some of the really cool training aids as a teaching pro. It's some of the stuff they've got here is really cool.
And they're just super passionate about it. Normal blokes, and they're just so we'll check a lot of that out.
Going to the training aids, when I was watching Live on the weekend and the players were all warming up, so surprised to see so many of the pros up there using all different types of training aids.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see the one that looks like it was AK's mirror for doing coke? It's like two pegs and a mirror, and you're looking down at yourself.
Oh, when you're putting?
Yeah.
No. He was putting or with
Putting.
the iron. No, some guy was using it with his iron as well.
Really?
Okay.
Yep, mirror. And then the stretchy things between the arms.
Oh, yeah. Keep them connected. Yeah.
All of these type of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an interesting one. Tommy Fleetwood uses a lot of that sort of stuff. If you just Google Tommy Fleetwood training aids, he uses all sorts of alignment aids and things like that when he hits golf balls. It's really cool to watch.
Matthew Fitzpatrick as well. He didn't he get an amazing amount of ball
Increased his speed
Yeah.
amazingly. Went from a average to short here, and when he won the US Open, I think it was last year, increased his speed. Like some of the guys he was playing with, this guy, oh my God.
Really?
How much further
like
you
an
hit the
extra
ball.
20 or 30 yards, which
yeah.
is massive in those kind of...
Yeah. It's on YouTube.
And it's straight. He hits it
He hits it
straight.
straight, and he hits it long now. There's not much of him, but he hits it a long way. But he's been training for that.
Yeah.
Speed training.
What do you say? He looks like a 2-iron or something?
Oh, he's probably more like a 2-iron.
No, he's
Zalatoris is...
There was a video that came out and he had his top off and he was like just doing the speed. I mean, and he was doing this speed,
the speed
thing. And he
training.
looks like he's put on a few pounds and he's muscled up a bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So,
More like human 2-iron.
5-6 iron.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Zalatoris was a human 1-iron. That actually came from, I think it was Brett Ogle, who was a great Australian player, or maybe it was Robert Allenby that they used to talk about being built like the human 1-iron. So that's where I got it from. So Zalatoris is the same.
Okay, without further ado, then we'll see everybody at the Tokyo Golf Show and cheers, boys. Thanks very much.
Enjoy. Thanks very much.
Awesome.
See you soon.